PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another mail day. Some of the cards from the cross-country collection and then some of the cards that I have actually gotten to buy a few cards recently. I've been mostly focused on curating this cross-country collection. If you don't know what that is, go check out the playlist on this same YouTube channel. But I've actually gotten to buy some cards, and then some of the cards that came in through the cross-country collection that I personally graded have begun to hit my PWCC Vault. So some of these cards, if you've been following the cross-country collection, will be cards you've seen on the channel before on a PSA grade reveal. But today they actually hit my PWCC Vault, which is where I store my personal collection, whether it be Jordan or various sets or other 90s basketball cards or even a pinch of soccer cards. That's where ultimately my long-term PC resides, up in Oregon. So today, 10 cards, 9 Jordans. One of them actually is going to be for sale very shortly. I'm just going to move it over to the PWCC auction because I couldn't sell it privately. So I'm just going to move it into the next PWCC weekly. And let's get going. Let me just pull up the checklist, and here we go. So got a 10 card list, and card number 1 is a card that most people in the hobby, whether they collect basketball or not, will be familiar with. It's the 1986 Fleer Jordan number 57 rookie card. Don't need to spend too much time on this. It's a pretty good looking PSA 6. Corners and edges are awesome. It's the top to bottom centering that kind of gets you. And this one is really good left to right, but I came back PSA 6, but that's a super fresh label because I graded this card personally from the cross-country collection. So I'm going to move that into an upcoming PWCC auction as soon as I finish filming this video. Number 2 on our list is the 1997 SP Authentic Jordan Profiles 2. I got sick of looking for a 10, and the 10s have run like crazy on this card, so I picked up a cheap 9. There's a Profiles 2, and then a Profiles 3, I think is right. The 1, 2, and 3 in a PSA 10 are just ridiculously crazy expensive. The Profiles 3 is actually a really big card because it's serial numbered. This Profiles 2 is different from the 1 because I think it's got the gold foil in some of these places up there on the Jordan G23 and the SP Authentic logo. So picked this one up for a nice low price. As you can see, the top right edge and kind of the edge and corners are probably what got this one as a PSA 9. So happy to put that one in there. Next is going to be the Class Axe Atomic Refractor 9. As you guys know, all of these look green. It's not as green as it looks. I promise you. I've held it in my hand. All of these damn things look green. The back centering is the issue, right? These borders, I have seen this card, and you guys may have seen it on the cross-country collection when I've done one of my PSA submissions. These borders on the back sometimes are so bad that you can't see the blue and white checkered border on the side. Like, it's so bad you don't even see a border on one side. You should have an equidistant border on all 4 sides. As you can see, this ain't perfect, and that's why it's a PSA 9, but it's a really clean copy of that Atomic Refractor. That's a card. That's one of Jordan's 8. I think it's 8. I keep saying that. I think he has 8 total atomic refractors across all products. If you include the NBA 96 NBA Stars, the Bowman's Best, the Class Axe, the Best Cuts, and stuff like that. So this Class Axe PSA 9, I think, is my highest copy. I do have this for you. This is my Class Axe family, and I put Chaos up there because I don't even know what I have. I know I need to move some of this stuff into a weekly auction, but let's just click and figure this shit out. I have a members only, so there's a bunch of different variations. So this is the base card, but it's members only, and it's a BGS Min Gem. So that's the base members only, okay? And then I've got the just base PSA 8. That's a base. That's not a refractor at all, so that card probably needs to be sold as well. There's the refractor PSA 8, which actually looks really good. There is the excuse my language. There is the really bad border issue and off-center stuff on the back. As you can see, it looks like there's not supposed to be a right border because you can barely make it out. And it's so bad that it's even diamond cut because you can tell. You can see the border down here, but you can't see it up there at the top. So that's my PSA 8 refractor regular. There is the PSA 10 refractor, which is a banging card. And I think I picked this up from one of my good friends in New Orleans at the New Orleans airport on the way to the National in Chicago. Before we even left the airport in New Orleans. So that was a transaction that we had consummated. I think he picked it up in Dallas, and then I handed him, I went ahead and prepaid him, and then he handed me the card in the airport in New Orleans while we're sitting at the bar waiting for the plane to take off. And then this should be, yeah, there's my Atomic Refractor 9. So I've got the Atomic Refractor 9. I've got the members only 9.5. I don't have a base 10, but I have a Refractor 10, and I probably need to sell the Refractor 8. So if that makes any sense, good Lord, that's why I put Chaos up there. It's total chaos. Here's a card that I cannot stress enough to you how excited I am to put this in my collection. I did not think I was going to find one of these in a gym, a gym slab of any sort. It looks awesome in this Beckett BGS 9.5, and I am going to go ahead and tell you guys, I way overpaid for this card. I set the comp. I set the all-time high. It's just one of those cards. It's very unique. It's very hard to find it in a very, very good condition. This is the BGS 9.5. It's a mixed gem with a 10 for centering and 9 for edges. It's the 1997 Z-Force limited access. This is a card I knew nothing about until Josh Dawson showed me the card on the Michael Jordan hierarchy. It got into the hierarchy. I looked at it. I'm like, Josh, what is this card? It don't look that good. He's like, bro, it opens up. You unfold the card. So as you can see, if you look really closely, you'll see this white line running right through Jordan's obliques right there. That's where the card folds. It actually opens up. So this is what the card looks like on the outside. There's the back. There's the front of the card. And you'll see them slabbed where it's folded, right? You've seen that as well. But this is the open up inside, and it's about the size of a bookmark, and it's just flat out freaking awesome. And this is a BGS 9.5. There's my card. This is my sale. I paid a fixed price and picked it up for $1,095. And let me show you why I did that. The highest price ever paid for this card was $631 back in February of 2023. So here I am 11 months later, almost to the day, and I really, really raised that comp. But here's why I think this card's worth. I think I'm happy to hold this card long term at around $1,000, $1,200, something like that. There's 5 PSA 10s. There's 6 BGS 9.5s. And guys, look at how many total have been graded. There's 128 ever graded by PSA and Beckett. 9 have been graded by SGC, and they have not given out a Gem Mint copy yet. CSG is giving out 8.5s and 8s. So the card is condition sensitive because it is a card where you fold it and you actually open it up. I've got another one over here that's going to be for sale that I picked up in the cross country collection. It came back a PSA 7 and it looked spectacular. So BGS 9.5 for this card is just super rare. I'm way over comps. Yeah, almost $400 over comps. I sent a message to Josh Dawson because he was complaining. He's like, I can't believe I just overpaid so much for a card. I was like, brother, wait till you see what I did. I almost doubled the all-time high on a card, and that's it. So Z-Force limited access. I think it's a cool card. Next card on the list. Ooh, it's a non-Jordan. It's his AI. It's the answer. Allen Iverson. Now, why am I collecting Allen Iverson? Cajun, you're not an Allen Iverson collector. What the hell is going on? Well, those of you who watch my channel know this is the 2012 Prism Silver MVP set, which I think is just badass. First year Prism. Silvers were super crazy rare, and I'm about to show you what I mean. This is a pop 3 in PSA 10, and I paid out the caboose for this card, but let me show you what I'm working on. It's a 25 card set of all of the NBA MVPs in history up to that time, remember, in 2012. Obviously, there's been a lot more added since 2012, but if you look at what I've got so far, I've got 17 out of the 25. A couple of them are in 9s as placeholders, but I think 15 out of the 17 are PSA 10s, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that. I got to check my spreadsheets. You know how I am. I'm going to nerd out and do a spreadsheet. But here's my set chase, right? If any of you guys see these, I lost 2 of them at auction the other day because people paid an exorbitant price. I've refused to go where they went on the price. I paid a lot for the Iverson, but I can't remember the other 2 that sold, but it was an insane price. But I want you to look at the pops. Derrick Rose, 4. Dirk Nowitzki, 2. Shaq, 2. Kevin Garnett, 4. Bill Walton, 2. LeBron, there's lots of those because everybody who has one's going to grade it. Karl Malone, pop 3. Olajuwon, pop 2. Wilt Chamberlain, pop 3. Nash, pop 2. Bill Russell, pop 4. Moses Malone, pop 2. Kareem, pop 2. Dave Cowens, pop 2. David Robinson, PSA 9 is a pop 5, but there's only 2 PSA 10s. Bob McAdoo is a Pop 1 with 1 PSA 10. And then Panini Prism Allen Iverson is a Pop 3. So as you can see, I've got 2 9 placeholders because I didn't know if I'll ever find a 10. Obviously, if anybody out there is watching this video by any chance and has any of the 8, or really I guess 10 that I need, that you think are either raw and they have a chance, or you actually own it in a PSA 10, I am always willing to overpay a little bit to put this set together. I have got the set collector gene. You guys know how I roll. This is one of the very few really important, kind of expensive sets that I'm working on right now. If you want to know the prices of these things, go check it out. They're pretty freaking expensive, believe it or not, even for McAdoo and Dave Cowens and folks like that. So I need the Kobe out there, and the Kobe's, it's on eBay, but it's ridiculously overpriced. Upper Deck Encore Driving Forces Jordan 10. This one came from the Cross Country Collection. Sent it to PSA, came back 10. Dreams do come true. Great looking card. Same image back, same image front, but it's a neat looking card from 1998 Upper Deck Encore. That's a Pop 14 in a PSA 10. That's not a big number. Pop 14 is pretty tough, so I was happy to get that back. Not the Players Club Platinum, but just the Players Club. It's card number 45, not coincidentally. It's got the little logo down here. Of course, there's Shaq in the background. If this was a Players Club Platinum, it would read Platinum right underneath. But this was just a regular Players Club. It's sort of that mezzanine level. So you got your base 45, your Players Club 45, and then your Players Club Platinum 45. PSA 10 there. Another card that I got graded from the Cross Country Collection. Came back a gem. I've got a Row 2 96 Flair Showcase base Jordan PSA 9. This was a Cross Country grade as well. I don't own the 10, so this is a placeholder until I put the 10 into my collection. These Flair Showcases in PSA 10 Gem Mint slabs are really expensive. You're going to pay insert and parallel type prices for those base cards. They're tough to come by. 92 Upper Deck Jordan number 488, the Game Faces card. Ironically, I just got done filming a Digging for Gold episode where I found a raw one of these in the 1992 Upper Deck complete set that my seller had put together. Lots of fun Jordan cards, tons of Jordan cards in that 1992 Upper Deck set. Upper Deck knew where their bread was buttered, and so they printed the shit out of Jordan in 1992, of course. But this Game Faces is really happy to pick this one up. It's a great image of Jordan going up to Yamit, and I think he makes that dunk. I don't know. What do you think? Game Faces, it's a little subset, not an insert, but a subset. PSA 10. And then I reached on this one. I had to overpay on this one. It's the only way to get the card. You got Eddie Jones on the back. You got Jordan right here. Jordan maybe, possibly supposed to be on the back because up here you'll see the card number, and usually wherever you see the card number within the insert set, that is supposed to be the back, but it's Michael Jordan, for God's sake, so we'll go Jordan on the front, Eddie Jones on the back. But this is the finest mystery. A lot of people are familiar, and I've talked about this on the channel before. You got the Kobe. You got the Kobe and the Jordan back to back. Well, you also have a Jordan and Eddie Jones front to back that a lot of people just don't know about. It's part of that 98 finest mystery. And there's a refractor version of this too, which is really, really, really rare. But that's my version right there. I still need the refractor version of this. I've got the Kobe Jordan refractor in a BGS 10. I've got the Kobe Jordan base in a PSA 10, and I've got the Jordan Jones base, as you see, in a PSA 10. But I'm missing the Jordan Jones refractor in a PSA 10, and I think it's a single-digit pop. I don't think there's even 10 of them out there. I'd have to go look, but I don't think there is. And that's it, guys. That does it. The Jordan 86 Fleer PSA 6 for sale. The rest of the cards are going into the collection. One step closer. Come on, root for me. One step closer on that 2012 Prism Silver MVP set. Picking up the AI, picking up Iverson Pop 3. That is a war of attrition. I am going to war, and I'm losing auctions for cards I need, but they're selling for so much more than I'm willing to pay. I gotta wait. There's one more person out there collecting that set, maybe two, driving those prices up. So I'm hoping maybe, when I get a little more time and I put the cross country collection down, maybe in a year or two, I can kind of just maybe go scoop up a bunch of raw ones and send them to PSA and hope they leave my testicles alone and actually give me a good grade. So that's it, guys. The card that makes me most excited in here, it's not even close. It's the Skybox Limited Access. I just think it's a really unique and really cool, and it's an MJ hierarchy card that you'll find in there. I don't think a lot of people know about it, and I don't think there's that many out there. I'd have to go back and reconsult the pack odds, but damn, this thing is a low pop card, only 11 gem condition edition copies of this card in the world. And so I was really thrilled to pick that up in that huge ass BGS slab. A lot of people, I put my cards in the PWCC Vault, so this big, cumbersome, lumbering, slab doesn't really bother me because I don't have to house the thing. I've got it up there. Interestingly enough, the slab that my PSA 7 is in, that I'm going to sell eventually, is much thinner, but it's just as long, but it's thinner. I'm not going to go there because I know y'all are waiting for me to say it, and I'm not going to say it. It is a thinner, longer slab. I'm just going to leave it at that, and we're going to end the video. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching again. This was mail day number 123. I should have a bunch of really cool mail days coming up. And again, I'm sorry that some of these are going to have duplicative images of cards that you may have seen in a PSA grade reveal, so just bear with me. These videos are more about me getting organized, me kind of taking inventory of what is going on in my personal, primarily personal Michael Jordan collection, but I love bringing you guys along for the ride. And you guys, oftentimes you unsolicited, you provide me with information and educate me, because I'm just a kid in the game here trying to learn the Michael Jordan collecting world. By no means am I a professor. I am definitely more student than professor. So some of you OGs out there oftentimes comment and say, man, you may not know this, but blank, blank, blank. And I'm like, holy crap, I did not know that, of course, right? So I'm up here blabbering like an idiot. And then, of course, there's people who put comments in there like, you're an idiot. You shouldn't be doing YouTube if you don't know that XYZ. And I'm like, brother, look, if there's one thing that I've learned from being an attorney my entire life and just being a damn human being on planet Earth is ain't nobody knows everything about anything, right? And this is something that I am super passionate about. This is something that I care. It's my only true hobby. I mean, I have my wife, my kids, my job, and this is my only true hobby. And as you can tell, usually from my voice inflection and the volume in my voice, I love collecting basketball cards, specifically Jordan 90 stuff. And I don't know 1/5 of what there is to know about collecting Michael Jordan cards from the 90s. And so every day is a learning process. That's something important for you guys to remember as well. Not to sound preachy and daddy to you guys, but like anybody out there who makes you feel stupid because you don't know something about, your particular niche in the hobby, man, tell them to kiss ass and kick rocks, because there's too many other positive people out there that will come on board and collect with you, and you can enjoy that journey with them. I've sent messages on Instagram today just about Jordan stuff to probably 20 different people around the world, and it's 10:25 a.m. I've been here since 6 this morning, so I really need to catch up and get some content out. But every one of them is positive. I choose to surround myself with people who are kind of running the same race as me, right? Who care about the stuff that I care about, who are relatively positive, truthful people. And it's something to remember. If you've got dead weight around you in the hobby, people that piss on stuff that you collect, or people that, just block them, man. Just block them and move on. I do it all the time in the comments. If somebody comments they don't agree with me, I respond. If somebody comments that I'm an idiot and they don't agree with me, or is an ass about it, or disparages something that I care about, such as collecting basketball cards, like generally people will come in here and say, the hobby's dead, the hobby sucks, your cards are going to shit, you should sell everything. I'm just going to block those people from the channel because they're not bringing productive commentary into the comments section. It needs to be productive. You do not need to agree with me, but you can't just shit on the hobby because you don't have any good cards. It's just too transparent. It's too easy to spot people like that. So surround yourself with people that are positive. That's what I'm trying to do. Not just in the hobby, but in life, generally speaking. That's what you need. You need people to lift you up and that you can enjoy doing this with, because the hobby is supposed to be an escape. It's not supposed to cause anxiety and stress and conflict. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know, when you go to shows, it's like, he wants to sell high, you want to buy low. So I get that. There's always that overriding theme of trying to get cards at a certain price. So you're not always going to see eye to eye, but we talk about this all the time, like in a Jordan group chat that I'm in, like that, certain guys will get very sensitive about somebody listing a card for twice what it's worth. And I don't like that either, especially if it's a card that I want and need, and I'd love to negotiate on a reasonable level with the person. But you know what? That's their property. That's their card. It's no different than a used car parked in somebody's yard. That's where people sell used cards in Louisiana, by the way. They just park it in their yard and put a sign up there and they handwrite it. It's no different than somebody trying to sell their car for whatever the hell they want. If it's not the price you want to pay, well, just freaking keep on moving. You don't need to spend one more second of your time bitching or complaining or telling that guy what he's doing is wrong. It's his property. Anybody who's got a card can sell it for whatever they want. So just something I always, I see that oftentimes is like people get really pissed off when somebody has a card they need, but they're not willing to sell it at a reasonable price. The fact of the matter is they may not really want to sell a card. And so that's kind of my perspective on it. Anyway, I have rambled. Mail day number 123. I definitely failed. This was pushing 20 minutes, but I truly appreciate you guys watching. If you like the way that I collect, if you like the interface of the PWCC Vault, if you got any questions about the Vault, the weekly auctions, the premier auctions, how to buy, how to sell, how to get a free Vault set up, message me or just go on the site. The site is really dummy proof. People from Louisiana open vaults, so I know you guys can open vaults. Old people like me from Louisiana can open vaults and sell and buy on the PWCC marketplace. So I know you can. It's my primary hub of buying and selling. I buy and sell more on PWCC now than I do on eBay. And that wasn't always the case. And there's lots of reasons why I've gravitated here. Anyway, I can speak confidently on it because it's a very integral and crucial part of the way that I collect and invest in the hobby. So anybody got any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm super easy to find, Cajun_cardboard. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.